Hello, coffee lovers, and welcome back to Goncalves Products. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the world of coffee roasting and explore the differences between light roast, medium roast, and dark roast coffee. Coffee beans are roasted to bring out their unique flavor characteristics, and the length of time they are roasted for will determine the strength, body, and flavor profile of the coffee. Let's start with light roast coffee. Light roast coffee is roasted for the shortest amount of time, leaving the bean with a light brown color and a mild, delicate flavor profile. Here are some pros and cons of light roast coffee. Pros: light roast coffee has a bright, acidic taste that is perfect for those who enjoy a subtle flavor profile. Light roast coffee has the highest caffeine content, making it ideal for those who need a morning pick-me-up. Light roast coffee retains more of the original flavors of the coffee bean, making it a great choice for single-origin coffees. Light roast coffee is less oily than darker roasts, which can be easier on your digestive system. Light roast coffee is typically cheaper than darker roasts. Cons: light roast coffee can be too mild for those who prefer a bolder taste. Light roast coffee is more sensitive to changes in brewing temperature and can be more difficult to brew consistently. Light roast coffee has a shorter shelf life than darker roasts, as it tends to go stale quicker. Light roast coffee is less forgiving of mistakes in brewing, such as over-extraction or under-extraction. Light roast coffee can be more acidic than darker roasts, which can be a problem for people with sensitive stomachs. Next up, we have medium roast coffee. Medium roast coffee is roasted for a longer period of time than light roast coffee, resulting in a medium brown color and a more complex flavor profile. Here are some pros and cons of medium roast coffee. Pros: medium roast coffee has a balanced flavor profile that is not too mild or too bold. Medium roast coffee has a slightly lower caffeine content than light roast coffee, making it a great choice for those who prefer a more moderate caffeine intake. Medium roast coffee is versatile and can be used in a wide variety of brewing methods. Medium roast coffee has a longer shelf life than light roast coffee, as it tends to stay fresher for longer. Medium roast coffee has a caramelized sweetness that can be enjoyed without adding any sugar or cream. Cons: medium roast coffee can be too middle of the road for some coffee drinkers who prefer either a bold or a mild flavor profile. Medium roast coffee can be less nuanced than lighter roasts, with the more delicate flavor notes being lost in the roasting process. Medium roast coffee can be more expensive than light roast coffee. Medium roast coffee can still be too acidic for some coffee drinkers. Medium roast coffee can be more difficult to get a consistent flavor profile when brewing in large batches. Narrator: last but not least, we have dark roast coffee. Dark roast coffee is roasted for the longest amount of time, resulting in a dark brown color and a bold, rich flavor profile. Here are some pros and cons of dark roast coffee. Pros: dark roast coffee has a strong, bold flavor profile that is perfect for those who like their coffee with a punch. Dark roast coffee has a lower acidity level than lighter roasts, which can be easier on sensitive stomachs. Dark roast coffee can have a smoky or chocolatey flavor profile that can be enjoyed without adding any sugar or cream. Dark roast coffee can be used in espresso-based drinks, as it holds up well against milk and cream. Dark roast coffee has a longer shelf life than lighter roasts, as it tends to stay fresh for longer. Cons: dark roast coffee has a lower caffeine content than lighter roasts, making it less ideal for those who need a morning pick-me-up. Dark roast coffee can be too bitter for some coffee drinkers who prefer a more subtle flavor profile. Dark roast coffee can mask the unique flavors of the coffee bean, making it less ideal for single-origin coffees. Dark roast coffee can be more difficult to brew consistently, as it requires a higher brewing temperature and shorter brewing time. Dark roast coffee can be more expensive than lighter roasts, as it requires more time and resources to roast the beans to the desired level. So there you have it, folks. The pros and cons of light roast, medium roast, and dark roast coffee. Ultimately, the type of coffee roast you prefer comes down to personal taste and preference. Whether you like your coffee mild and delicate or bold and rich, there is a roast out there for everyone. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Goncalves Products for more coffee-related content.